The China Show's vital journalism, a masterclass in knowing nothing. But first, a quick shout out to the Because I'm Lizzie YouTube channel. After 7 years in China, Lizzie is providing some very diverse topics in her videos. Lizzie is usually upbeat in her videos, probably because that's just who she is, I think. Link in the description, check her out for some great China videos. Hey reality checkers, ever get the feeling you're being sold vital information by people who did less research than you do before buying a new phone case? Today, we're conducting a peer review of the groundbreaking journalism from The China Show. Let's see what incredibly important, life-altering intel Winston and C-Milk have unearthed for their followers this week.
Hey guys, we've got a big jam-packed show for you today, an important one.
Important is a powerful word. It suggests urgency, depth, and facts. Let's see what a tireless investigation looks like when you outsource all your thinking to a game of telephone. Here's a clip from their latest video, which aired this morning, China time, just a few hours ago. Remember, this is the cutting-edge information they promised you.
Dude, there's something we haven't covered on our show, but we probably should have. Right now in China, there's this massive thing going on because there was a new policy put in place where you get, you get free returns within a certain amount of days.
Shh. Listen, that's the sound of a man accessing the deepest vaults of his knowledge.
Dude, a new
policy, I don't know. Listen closely. That's the sound of a man conducting a deep forensic analysis of the very first thought that popped into his mind. So this massive thing, how many days after purchasing an item can you still return it, Winston?
I don't know the exact amount of days.
Like nationwide or just a certain store?
I think it's through, I don't know the exact details, but it's either through Taobao, it could be nationwide, it could just be through a store, but...
Wow, the precision, the specificity. It's either a specific platform, an entire nation's law, or maybe just the policy of a single store in Shenzhen. They've narrowed it down to one of the three most likely possibilities. This is what separates the pros from the amateurs. But wait, it gets better. They've identified the villains in this saga.
People are taking advantage of it crazily. So what's happening now is, especially women and live streamers and that kind of thing, they'll order a dress or a blouse or whatever, leave the tags on, wear it for however long the period is. Say it's 20 days, they'll wear it for like 19 days, and then they return it to get their money back. And there's some kind of like a no questions asked return policy right now. And so people aren't buying clothes anymore. They're just, buying them and returning them.
Yeah.
Time out. Let's recap your Pulitzer Prize winning report. You don't know the policy. You don't know the number of days. You don't know who's implementing it. So the only thing you do know for sure is that it's women and live streamers. That's who's to blame. That's not journalism. That's a lazy trope with a microphone. And then C-Milk swoops in with the cultural analysis.
Yeah, that's the thing is that this happens all the time in America.
Yeah,
it's
but this
very common. But the difference is that it'll become such a copycat. So it'll be something that your aunt did it or your neighbor did it.
Yeah, sure.
But in China, it'll become such a copycat phenomenon that it will actually change an industry.
There it is, the copycat culture card. The get out of jail free card when you have no data. In America, it's a minor thing, but in China, live streamers will do it, and then the entire garment industry will collapse into a black hole of returned blouses. You didn't pull that from data, you pulled that from a place where the sun doesn't shine, didn't you? But Winston has a key differentiator.
Well,
it's not an outlier.
I think the big difference is that in other countries, when people do it, they don't brag about it.
Hold on. Your entire business model for The China Show is scraping Chinese social media for clips. That's what you do. You are professional clip finders. I mean, if that's actually an occupation. So for this story about people bragging, where are the clips? Did you, the clip guys, forget to include the clips? Or is this what we call in the business, trust me bro source?
No, it's
It's
definitely,
kind of, you're kind of like, oh, you hide the tag.
Yeah, yeah.
Now the influencers are on
It's like you're
purpose.
bragging.
They're like, look, and they show the tags.
Yeah.
Aha! So you did see the clips of them bragging. And you chose not to show them in this video. I mean, your whole thing is a video show, right? You're describing a movie you claim to have watched, but you won't let us see. That's not reporting, that's gaslighting for content.
And so it's become such a phenomenon that people are just no longer buying clothes. They're just, borrowing them, so to speak.
Well, and like I said, it'll be so pop because it's copycat culture.
Yeah,
in
it's
China.
destroying a whole
Then
industry.
everyone will do it.
Yeah, all of these clothing, shops that are selling these things online are losing money now.
The reality is, return policies in China, like anywhere, vary. Some platforms have had generous policies for years. This isn't news. This is just two guys who've been out of the country so long, they're reporting a phenomenon that's about as new as the wheel. And getting even the basic facts of that wheel completely wrong. So, to any of their followers watching this, I have a simple question for you. After that masterclass, what incredibly important information did you actually learn? You learned about a policy that may or may not exist for a number of days that they don't even know, from a vendor they can't even name, supported by evidence they forgot to include. The only thing massive about this story is the crater-sized gap where the facts were supposed to be.
Thank you for being part of this incredibly important conversation we have every week.
You're welcome. Boom. Boom. Peace.